went to Hawaii to buy a building for him. You know, find in Waikiki and buy a building as near as I could to the duty-free shops. And we did that. And in the, let's see, why am I telling you this story? What was I just saying? Percent, what? Oh, he was, the reason he wanted to get his own building was, he was so heavily into percentage rent that he was paying on Kalakaua Avenue the equivalent of about $50 per square foot per month. I'll say it again. He was paying $50 per square foot per month in his main store. It's high for the universe. It's high for the universe. Yeah. Maybe on Mars it's a little cheaper. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Are you from Hawaii?
I lived there.
Yeah, I lived there for 10 years. I still have an apartment there, and I go there all the time. That's where I'm going to retire. That's what my ex-wife said. You're going to retire. When we were first married, after a little bit, she says, "You're never home." She says, "You're the kind of guy, if you worked in a gas station, you'd work on cars at night." I didn't like that. Okay? Any question about that? Any other questions about retail before we go on break? Yes. Yes, there is. How do you compete against what stuff that's out there? The empty stuff? Easy. You just fill your stuff up. You don't want to buy an empty center. By the way, that's right. I write that on the left-hand side. Don't buy empty center. And when I say empty, if there are only 5 or 6 stores in a line and 3 of them are not full, that's a fairly empty center. Now, people will say every time, they'll say, "Well, yeah, but I tried buying a full center. They want a lot of money for those suckers." And I said, remember my rule number 1 was, don't buy it based on the income you think you can generate. Buy it based on the income that's coming in right now. Well, that will keep you from buying empty centers probably, because the guy that's got 3 empty bays out of 6 wants just the same amount of money as if it was full, doesn't he? Haven't that been your experience when you go out and trying to buy strip centers? Any of you that have done that? They say, "Oh, you can fill that right. You can fill that." And one of the other things they say was, "I've held the rent down. These guys, they've been here a long time." But he wants, what is the price he wants? He says, "You can get the rent up." He wants the future. He wants me to buy the future rents, right? Oh, no. I will buy the current rents. You know what I mean by buying the current rents? I'll buy this building at a price that's based on the cash flow that it's doing right now. If it's doing $50,000 a year net to me in my pocket, and I want to make 10% on my money, how much am I willing to pay? $500,000. Is that about right? I want to make 10% on my investment, and then I'm willing to pay 10 times the earnings. Does that make sense? So I will not end up now. It will take you. I didn't talk a lot about tenant placement, tenant mix, and what's the best stores to get, and so forth, because that's a regional answer, isn't it? You go back home to Ohio or wherever you're from, and you go look at strip centers. And on the weekend, driving around, if you look at 10 strip centers or 15 or 20 strip centers, really quickly you will identify the 2 or 3 that you'd buy if you could afford it. Do you think that's true? What will be their characteristics? They'll be full, they'll have good traffic, there's excellent signage, nice looking, people want to go shop there, that sort of thing, right? Whatever your criteria is, that's what the customer's criteria is, isn't it? So that's the center you want to buy. Will it cost more? Absolutely. Is it risk less? Yes. You don't want to buy stuff that needs it. When I was 25 years old and people said I had a lot of potential, I was proud. I'm 68 years old. When people say I have a lot of potential, I'm worried. Do not buy stores with a lot of potential. Don't buy retail with a lot of potential. Buy stuff that's already there. Now, if you can make it better, great. But don't buy somebody else's problem. You wouldn't buy